Usually when you look at a gourmet mushroom on a dinner plate, you just see, well, dinner. A passive little ingredient tossed in butter.
Right, just waiting to be eaten.
Exactly. But our mission today is to sift through these scientific papers and biological patents to uncover the hidden life of Morchella esculenta, the prized yellow morel.
It is wild. We really do underestimate them. Because the sources reveal that this gourmet mushroom isn't just a passive organism.
Not at all.
No, it's an evolutionary marvel,
Yeah.
capable of proto-agriculture and actual chemical alchemy.
Okay, let's unpack this. Because we typically view mushrooms as food for humans, but you're saying the yellow morel actually grows its own food.
Yes, it actively manages a relationship with a soil bacterium called Pseudomonas putida.
Okay.
And, bacteria are incredibly useful in the soil ecosystem, but they have a mobility problem. They can't easily cross air gaps in the dirt on their own.
Oh, so they just get stuck.
Exactly. So the morel extends its mycelial threads, its hyphae, creating a literal highway system so the bacteria can cross those gaps.
Wait, it's building infrastructure for them.
It really is. The bacteria use those fungal bridges to get to new food sources. And the fungus even secretes carbon to feed these bacteria in special, nursery zones.
Wow, so it actually rears them.
Yes, but then once the bacterial population peaks, the morel harvests them.
Oh.
Yeah. When it needs energy to produce a fruiting body, it stops secreting food, breaks down the bacterial cells, and just absorbs their carbon right back into its own network.
Wait, if the mushroom rears the bacteria just to consume their carbon when it needs to grow, is that really agriculture or just a trap?
Well, it does sound like a trap.
Right, like Hansel and Gretel in the woods, the witch just feeds them up to eat them.
It is absolutely a Hansel and Gretel scenario. But unlike a witch laying a single trap, this is a continuous, multi-phase cycle.
Dispersal, rearing, and harvesting.
Exactly. What's fascinating here is that this cycle places the morel among the very few organisms on Earth that actively practice a form of agriculture.
That is incredible.
Yeah, it's managing its environment for future yield, much like humans or, leafcutter ants do.
Well, I guess it makes sense. A fungus living in such a complex soil environment has to actively manage its neighborhood just to eat.
And it's not just competing for food. It is surviving actual chemical warfare down there.
From the plants.
Right. That same soil is full of toxic plant roots defending their territory. So, to survive, the morel had to evolve incredibly sophisticated chemical defense mechanisms.
And these mechanisms actually tie into human medicine, right?
Yes, which is the crazy part. It holds the cure to a major medical issue.
So have you ever heard of the grapefruit effect? It's that warning label you see on prescription bottles telling you to avoid grapefruit juice.
Yeah, because grapefruit contains these specific chemical compounds called furanocoumarins.
Furanocoumarins, right.
And when you drink grapefruit juice, these compounds block certain enzymes in your liver and intestines, specifically the CYP3A4 enzymes.
And those are the enzymes that break down foreign substances like your medications. So if those enzymes are blocked by the grapefruit, the drugs aren't metabolized properly. They just build up in your bloodstream and you can end up with a dangerous prescription drug overdose.
It's a huge danger. But to survive toxic plant metabolites in the soil, Morchella esculenta evolved mycelia that selectively bind to and neutralize these exact types of chemicals.
Including the furanocoumarins.
Yes.
Here's where it gets really interesting. Researchers actually filed a patent utilizing this exact edible fungus to strip those furanocoumarins right out of grapefruit juice, making it safe for medication users.
It's brilliant. They discovered that incubating the juice with dead morel hyphae reduces the enzyme inhibition by up to 60%.
60%.
Yeah. And the way it works is the leucophilic parts of the fungus, meaning the parts that naturally attract fats and oils, they act like a molecular sponge. They physically bind to the toxins and just pull them out of the liquid.
Because those furanocoumarin compounds are oily.
That's the key. The fungal sponge targets them specifically. It soaks up the danger while leaving all the water-soluble flavors and the nutritional value of the juice completely intact.
That is so specific.
It is a highly targeted biological filter. So what does this all mean? It means the next time you see a yellow morel on a menu, you aren't just looking at a culinary delicacy.
No, clearly not.
You're looking at a microscopic farmer and a chemical biofilter that could literally revolutionize how we manage prescription medicine.
It completely shatters that image of a passive little ingredient on a plate.
It really does.
Which leaves you wondering, I mean, if a simple fungus has been secretly farming bacteria and neutralizing complex plant toxins for millennia, what other microscopic agricultural empires or life-saving chemical filters are currently hiding right under our feet, waiting to be discovered?